And you said something a second ago. We've called this force the second most powerful force in the universe, and it's the force of self-justification. Mm-hmm. The natural ability that every person has to self-justify, it's built into us as human beings, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And the moment we do something that maybe isn't right, it doesn't matter what it is. Imagine driving on the street, and let's say that somebody honked at you because maybe you were looking down at your phone, and somebody behind you honks at you. What do most people feel when they get honked at?
Anger.
You're angry.
How dare you honk at me?
At you, and the reality is,
you're the one on your phone.
You're the one on your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And yet now you're angry
How
for
rude.
what a jerk. How rude and what a jerk. Right? And the reality is, if you really were in touch with yourself, well, you would be able to say, oh, your hand goes up.
Yeah.
You say, my bad, I'm sorry, and you know. And that's all they want to see.
Right.
But the moment you get angry at them, right, what now is potentially going to happen between you and this other vehicle?
It's just going to escalate.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I was on, I got to tell a funny story. I was in Dallas on 635 one time, and I was doing 70, 75 miles an hour on there, and I made a mistake. I moved over one lane, and in my blind spot, I did not see this truck, and I moved literally, it had to have been within 4 or 5 feet of this truck. And this guy, he had a big old jacked up truck, and I moved right in front of him, and I saw in my rearview mirror he was right there, and then I heard him. He laid on his horn, and I don't mean he laid on his horn nonstop to let me know that I just cut right in front of him. Where did he just go, according to this model?
In the box.
In the box. He felt like a victim to what I just did. Right. So because he's in the box and he feels like a victim, he's now victimizing me. And I knew I did wrong, but all of a sudden I felt this anger. Like, look at the way this guy's treating me. It was a total accident. Yeah. And I was tempted to start slowing down.
That's so you.
It's terrible. But I didn't. I decided to be out of the box and mature. And I was about to move back over to let him know that I recognized I cut in front of him. He jerks his truck over to my left, begins to speed up, and I knew he was going to look at me, and I knew I was about to look in the eyes of the devil. I knew this guy was going to want to kill me. And sure enough, he pulls up right next to me, and he looks at me, and I still remember he had this handlebar mustache, big old cowboy hat, and he looks down at me, and I swear he had these eyes of just fury that I did this. And in that moment, do you remember what I did?
I think you kind of waved at him.
I did. I put my hand up at him, and I just mouthed to him, my bad.
Yeah.
And as soon as I did that, it was amazing. You know what he did? He tipped his hat, and he gave me the peace sign.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
But imagine, what if you had...
What if I flipped him off?
Had some other gesture.
Yeah, it would be, there's road rage right there. He's in the box, I'm in the box, there's no peace. But because I treated him in a certain way and recognized something, he went from fury to peace.
Yeah.
See? And this is one of the principles of the model. Yeah. When you go in the box, how do you view people?
Objects.
As objects.
Yep.
And what can you do to an object? Yeah. What can you say to an object?
Anything.
Anything. Mm-hmm. And that's why people, when they go in the box, they have said some of the worst things to people, haven't they?
Yeah.
Things they would never say to anybody else. But see, you can do that to an object. You would never do that to a person. And this guy, because he felt like an object, he viewed me as an object. And he would have probably taken that as far as I was willing to take it, because I'm just an object. But the moment I treated him as a what?
As a person.
As a person.
Yeah.
He immediately gave me the peace sign.
Right.
And his fury drops, and suddenly I'm a person too.
Right.
What a powerful principle to think about around the world.
Let's turn the tables and say that you had decided to give him another gesture and escalated the situation. There's this concept of self-betrayal, right? If you had told yourself, what a jerk, and you had stayed in that kind of frame of mind, and so then you self-justify, or you justify your actions, but it requires a real self-betrayal, because you probably know that you were in the wrong by cutting him off. If it had happened to you, you would respond the same way likely. But in the moment, you have to go through that self-betrayal process, right, in order to justify your behavior.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's doing the thing that you know that you shouldn't do, or not doing the thing that you know that you should do, like coming to apologize when you know that you're in the wrong.
That's right. That's 100% right.
Right.
And that is exactly the reason anybody goes in the box. They go in the box because they betray themselves. They know, listen, we know 2 wrongs don't make a right. Right? It's the old kindergarten rule, right? Just because he hit you doesn't mean you hit him back necessarily. And so you betray yourself by now retaliating in some way. And now you've got to self-justify to let yourself off the hook.